morning. This is the morning message for February the 6th, 2026 here on Following Him, the Disciple Life. The passage we're going to begin our day with as part of February Love is Leviticus 19, verses 17 through 18. You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You shall surely rebuke your neighbor and not bear sin because of him. You shall not take vengeance, nor bear any grudge against the children of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. Now there, particularly in verse 18, Jesus directly references that. So if there's any questions here about, hey, that's in the Old Testament. Well, yes, we're under a new covenant, but there are definitely principles we learn from in the Old Testament writings, and Jesus very directly references this. So yes, very much still binding under the new covenant. This is actually reworded in Matthew 7:12 with the golden rule. When you think about that verse, that very much is in keeping with this idea of loving our neighbor as ourselves. And notice these things that are mentioned that they, shall not do, or not hate your brother in your heart, not taking vengeance or bearing grudge, or even this idea of rebuking your neighbor and not bearing sin because of him. And probably a couple different ways we can think about that, because when you rebuke your neighbor, you're not enabling him, you're not overlooking sin, you're helping to correct sin. So in that sense, you're not bearing sin. But also, we have to be careful how we rebuke our neighbor. It's not going to be from a place of hate. So in that sense, not bear sin because of him. And all these things provide background and additional, expansion on this idea of loving our neighbor as ourselves. But do notice here, this is the answer to these things. But you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Don't do this, be careful about this, don't do this, don't do this. Love. That is the answer to these things. It's more than just avoid things or make sure you do things in the right way, but have love in place. Love for your neighbor as yourself. You have a great rest of the day. Lord willing, be with you here in a few hours for Friday Freedom, and Shalom.